All right, y'all, update. All right, so those who follow me, you might have heard this, right? I told y'all about the situation with me, my white friends, drugs, alcohol, spending $7,000 for a bird. The bird saying inappropriate shit, and now I'm homeless, right? So if you follow me, you know, you heard about it, right? So now listen, I gets kicked out the house. So if y'all ain't up on it, go check it out. It's on here, right? So he go update. So now my wife kicked me out at my house that I own, but it's still my wife. Okay. She mad at me. I got high with some white boys and spent $7,000 on the bird just to tell her how to cuss. And then the motherfucker turn around and cuss her out. So I gets put out the house. It's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, about 5. So now it's half-ass raining and shit. It's me and Ready Freddy. That's the bird name. His name Ready Freddy. I named him Fred after Fred Sanford, Red Fox, one of my favorite comedians, right? But so me and Ready Freddy, we walking up the street and shit. We getting rained on, and I get about 5 blocks up. I see a motherfucking car doing a U-turn. Now I'm thinking, I'm getting nervous. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, I left my pistol at the house. Somebody might be trying to rob me from Ready Freddy, right? So I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta teach this motherfucker how to scream like a white woman. That's what I gotta do next. Like if somebody touch you, Ready Freddy, you scream like a white woman. But anyway, that's here nor there. So the car turned around and the window came down. And I heard somebody say, Blue? I'm like, yeah. It was my ex. She like, what the fuck is you out here doing at 5 o'clock in the morning with a goddamn bird in your hand? How you go from walking pit bulls to walking with a bird, and why you out in the rain at 5? So I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is you doing out here at 5? She's like, I'm on my way to work. What you think? She said, you know I work up the block. I'm like, oh, well, shit. I'm like, it's a long story. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm just about to go get a room or something. I didn't got put out. That's all she wanted to hear, right? She was like, well, you know what room gonna take you with an animal? A bird. You're not gonna get no room. I said, well, what the fuck I supposed to do? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody answering the phone. The bitch took my car keys and threw them. I can't find them. I don't got my cell phone on me. She took that and threw it. What do I supposed to do? So she looked at the bird. She said, oh, he's so cute. She was like, well, look, this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm about to go to work. You can come stay with me until you get the shit together with her. But, you know, ain't gonna be none of that freaky stuff. You know, I'm telling you now, you know, I'm in church. Because, you know, she always been in church. You know, that's one thing about her. That's why we broke up. Because I was doing drugs and drinking with my buddies and shit. And not drugs, just a few pills. I don't want y'all to think it's nothing hard. Just a few Norco, perk here or there, or Adderall, you know, little minor shit, right? But anyway, that's why we broke up, because she turned herself over to the Lord. So, having a giving heart, she told me and Ready Freddy get in. So we get to the house, she just gangster. She said, you know what I'm gonna do? But I'm gonna take off today. So she took off work, whatever. That's 5 in the morning, I'm sleepy. Now it's Saturday night, now Sunday is going into Sunday. Because she was like, I'm supposed to have Bible study tomorrow anyway. So I'm like, well, bet it. I said, well, I'm about to go in here and lay down. She was like, you can go in, you know, in the guest room. You lay down in there, and I wanna stay up and play with Fred, right? So I ain't think much of it. So what I did was I snuck in her room, stole a picture of her and some of her panties out her dirty laundry, and I went to the room, and about a minute and a half, I was asleep. I wake up, I'm smelling food cooking, gospel music playing, and singing. I open the door. They listening to Kirk Franklin cooking breakfast, the goddamn bird in there singing along with the songs and shit. And I said, damn. I said, what is this? She was like, no, you think that's something? Watch this. So they reading the Bible. The bird is actually reading Bible scriptures, right? I said, bitch, you done turned my goddamn bird gay. What the fuck? So she like, shut up, nigga. So, you know, so we got into a little argument over that. She trying to turn Freddie into Freaka or something. I don't know. You know, he already fruity colors and shit. So you want to, come on, man, don't do my bird like that. He a gangster. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, day going beautiful. Everything going straight. So she like, look, we about to have Bible study over here. I called off work, so I called, you know, my family over, her auntie, and I can't stand her fat ass auntie, right? She don't like me neither. That's one of the reasons we broke up too. She got a fat ass, nasty, musty aunt and shit, right? So anyway, that's here nor there. So I was like, I'm about to go. She said, no, you really need to be here with us in this little church gathering or whatever, right? So she talked me in the stand, and then I knew. I'm like, man, this motherfucking bird. I said, yeah, this motherfucking bird is a heathen. He liable, you know what I mean? I don't want him to trip out and shit, you know? But he looked like he was on the right track. The motherfucker singing fucking Kirk Franklin and quoting scriptures and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So, okay, we going good. Everybody come over, all the food, you know what I'm saying? They lined up with food. So we had a good session with the church. Everything was good, you know, with the session. You know, everybody prayed, and you know, we did all the, you know, the gospel stuff and yada yada yada. And Freddie, he been pressing them by script, you know, the scriptures, and he's singing and shit. So they impressed with the bird like a motherfucker. Everybody in love with him. But now it's time to eat, right? So now the aunt I hate, now everybody getting their plate. So they ask her, they like, hey, you know, what do you know, they asked her like, what do you want to eat? And I knew the day was going too good. It was just, dog. I'm like, man, I knew it was just going too fucking perfect. The goddamn bird singing, gospel scriptures. It was just, my life ain't never been this perfect. Everybody happy. She's so happy. Man, I'm like, yeah, I want to get my 7,000 out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I be straight, you know? Anyway, yada, yada, yada. Dog, they asked the fat ass auntie, what do she want to eat? Now, they ask everybody. They get to her. She like, I don't know. It's so much on here. I don't know what to eat. I just don't know what I want to eat. Why the fuck she say that? Soon as she said that, the goddamn bird was like, eat a dick, bitch. Oh, boy, I can't make this up. The goddamn bird was like, eat a dick, bitch. And what made it so fucked up, right after it said that shit, everybody was in shock and shit. The motherfucker went to singing Kirk Franklin. Like, people, are you ready? I'm like, man, this fucking bird, man, god damn, you gonna get us kicked out of everywhere. So the lady was like, well, what did this bird say? Here he go again, eat a dick, bitch. And then he go to singing. So with that being said, I'm back homeless, right? So me and Freddie, we know we gotta find somewhere to go. So anybody who got an extra room or something, it's just me and Freddie. You know, he sing gospel, he know how to read the scriptures, he just cuss a little bit, you know what I mean? So somebody let me know. Thank you.